Welcome everybody to the weekly wrap up for week 4 of the most exciting fantasy football league you've never heard of, the I Love the Loche Fantasy Football League. And yes, after a 48-hour delay, we are once again back again to bring you the highlights, the lowlights, everything you need to know for your new favorite fantasy football league. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and it's time now to answer the question that's on everybody's mind. Let's cure those sleepless nights. Let's clear my emails. Let's delete my DMs. Did our team win this week? We guaranteed it last week. We guaranteed it last week. And what was the result? Did we reign supreme, or did we once again taste defeat? And oh, 0 and 4 for our team, because I do this for me, but I also do this for you. We're in this together. And right now, we are struggling. This is a 5-alarm slump. There's no two ways about it. Everything that has gone wrong can go wrong. I'm this close to lighting a candle and praying to the fantasy gods because it just seems a perfect storm of craptacular proportions. So, what do we do? Well, I was thinking about it this week. I was thinking about my reaction and how I flipped out last week. And I was going to, maybe break something, in front of the camera. And then I was inspired by the uncrowned GOAT himself, the greatest pure quarterback of NFL history, Aaron Rodgers. The Packers, a couple years ago, Green Bay Packers went through a slump as well. They were winless. And the reporters started harping on Rodgers. This. And Aaron Rodgers looked at the reporters and he said, relax. And when asked for clarification, he spelled it out. RELAX. Relax. And the Packers turned their season around and they made the playoffs. And I thought about that. It's like, yes, you know what? We should relax. Everything will be okay. We trust the process. We trust our analysis. And we trust that our players are going to perform. And yes, there's no bones about it. It's a bad start. But even the great ones have bad starts. And most recently, Aaron Rodgers famously said, when asked about his, last year's poor performance or poor year's performance in years past, that his down years are other quarterbacks' career years. And once again, this is true. This spoke to me because in 10 plus years of playing fantasy football, I've made the playoffs. We've made the playoffs every year. Every year. Think about that consistency. There are fantasy football players that would kill for that. They would be buying anything, paying any amount of money for that consistency. So it's okay to go 0-4. And in fact, I had a couple of years ago when I went 0-4, made the playoffs. Last year, when 10-0, made the playoffs. So we're in it for the long haul, and we are going to relax. And we're also going to talk about the thumbs up and the thumbs up and the thumbs up performances of the weeks. Hi, you see what I did there? Because this week was a trying time for fantasy football managers. Because due to the global phenomenon, it really threw the NFL season for a loop and owners were scrambling. So I'm going to focus on the positives for fantasy football performances. And that's why I'm going to hand out not one, not two, but 3 thumbs the hat trick, thumbs up performances, just like Bobby Tonyan, my new favorite tight end on Monday Night Football last week. We're going to highlight 3 teams that battled for adversity and came up with the top score of the week. And yes, Papa Smoke, this still counts as your overall thumbs up for the year. So get out your pens and papers, ladies and gentlemen, because here we go. The top score, with a score of 137.98 fantasy football points, belonged to Raider Heaven of week 4. Quarterbacked, see what I'm going to do there, that's foreshadowing, kids, by Dak Prescott's ridiculous 42.28 fantasy football points in that barnstormer game against the Cleveland Browns that was just dripping in fantasy football points. He also had Melvin Gordon that ran wild over the Jets defense and amassed 24.8 fantasy football points on Thursday night. And Devontae Parker put up 16 fantasy football points for him against the Seattle pretend. It was I have to steal this because this was really good. It was a Legion of Boom, but now the Seattle defense is the Legion of boy, do they leave wide receivers wide open. If you like that, thank you very much. And if you don't like that, I didn't come up with it, so don't at me. And the important thing is to add is Raider Heaven, you get a thumbs up for your performance. Congratulations. And let's also talk about Team King's performance because they too get a thumbs up for the week, putting up 133.54 fantasy football points, led by Joe Mixon in a breakout game. He must have relaxed last week because he showed off on Sunday with 31.1 fantasy football points. Also putting up digits, Matty Stafford, 22.34 fantasy football points, and Will Fuller going downtown Charlie Brown, putting up 19.8 fantasy football points. Congratulations, Team King. And last but not least, Dan Snyder is my, it's a family show, my witch, putting with a total of 133 and 28 points, led by none else than Aaron Rodgers. Number 12 on the jersey, number 1 in your hearts, and putting up 32.58 fantasy football points, balling out this year. Go Pack, go. Go Rodgers, go. In Rodgers we trust. We trust in you for fantasy football points. We also trust in Amari Cooper this year with 27.4 fantasy football points in that wild game aforementioned against the Cleveland Browns. And we are trusting in Chris Carson to put up digits. 23.3 fantasy football points. He runs. He catches. He scores touchdowns. He'll do your laundry. He'll do anything, and he will get you fantasy football points on your team. So, Chris Carson getting it done. Dan Snyder getting it done again. Thumbs up performance of the week, buddy. And now, it's once again time to talk some trash. Do I really feel like talking trash this weekend? You don't say something unless you can't back it up. So no, I'm not going to do the talking trash. No. I'm tempted. I got a little shoulder angel here, a little shoulder devil there, going back and forth. All right. Hold on a second. Let me quickly see. Who am I facing? Yes! Mahomes Depot? Really? Oh, it's the return of the South Detroit Showdown! Yes! 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 Mahomes Depot, the fantasy owner, is also from South Detroit like me. It's going this week, this Sunday, this Monday, and even this Tuesday. It's going to be 2 city boys playing fantasy. born and raised in South Detroit. Well, actually, one of us is. One of us is from the country and claims it, but you know. We'll let him have that because he's not going to have the victory this week. No, 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 no. This is the get right week for mine and yours fantasy football team. We have destroyed, we have embarrassed, we have decimated Mahomes Depot in the previous years. He is the perfect antidote to the poison that is currently our fantasy football record. And yes, I know my bat once again, our wide receivers. Our wide receivers last night. My wife could have scored more points than our wide receiver one last night, and our wide receiver two the week before that. But it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it doesn't matter because it's the get right week. We got this. We're going to show up. We're going to show out. We're going to dominate. And it is going to be so, so good to get the W this week. We're going to walk into Mahomes Depot and we're going to walk out with the W. And don't stop believing, kids. And that'll do it for the weekly wrap up. For week 4 of the most exciting fantasy football league you never heard of, but you know, you love, you can't live without. You like, share, subscribe, you tell all your friends. You have a lot of fun. You watch a lot of football on any day of the week, and you always, always keep the fights off the field.